Kate, Duchess of Cambridge and Prince William have three adorable children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. And with the countdown to Christmas on, the Cambridge children are likely to be very excited about the festive season this year. If they visit the Queen for Christmas, there are several royal traditions George, Charlotte and Louis may get to take part in. Every year, the royal family spends Christmas with the Queen at her Norfolk estate of Sandringham. And after missing out on a family Christmas last year due to COVID, it is likely Prince George and Princess Charlotte will get to visit their great-grandmother again for the festivities this year. In previous years, Prince George and Princess Charlotte have joined their parents for the traditional Christmas Day church service, along with the customary meet and greet with well-wishers who line the route. So this year we might expect to see the Cambridge children on their way to church again, but perhaps this time with their little brother Prince Louis. Every year, members of the royal family delight fans by releasing a Christmas card often featuring a new picture of the royals. Last year William, Kate, Charlotte, George and little Prince Louis posed by a wooded background for their family Christmas card, all dressed in cute jumpers. So we might expect George and Charlotte to appear on their parents' trademark Christmas card again this year. As the Queen TMS great-grandchildren, Prince George and Princess Charlotte get to help decorate the monarch TMS Christmas trees as a sweet festive activity. During a documentary titled The Queen TMS Green Planet Trademark a few years ago, the Queen spoke to a senior castle attendant about her Christmas trees, stating her great-grandchildren always enjoy knocking ornaments off. She said, "Yes, that is always the problem, is the children love knocking those off. Well, my great-grandchildren do, anyway they enjoy themselves. And the great thing is to make them decorated, and they're a bit more careful." The royal family take their Christmas trees very seriously, with several trees presented in the Queen TMS residences across the UK over the festive season. The wife of King George III, Queen Charlotte, is believed to have been the first person to introduce the Christmas tree to the royal family. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert later popularised the Christmas tree even further, encouraging people to bring the trees into their own homes during the festive period. All children around the country will be looking forward to opening their Christmas presents on Christmas Day this year. And luckily for George and Charlotte, they may get to open their presents a bit earlier than other children if they stay around their great-grandmother TMS for Christmas. The royal family open their Christmas presents on Christmas Eve, which is thought to be a tribute to the royal family TMS German heritage. We chatted animatedly and anecdotally with personal friend Ellen DeGeneres, largely avoiding commenting on the royal family. She opted to divulge details of her and Harry TMS life in California with their children and spoke about the experiences she had as an actress before she met the sixth in line to the throne. Harry and Meghan have caused chaos, and I suspect their TMS knows stopping them. Especially if their TMS lots of money being offered for it. Harry will need promotion for his memoir, due to be released next autumn, too. Signs of a rapport between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the rest of the royal family are few and far between, as reports allege that they will not travel to the UK with Archie, 2, and Lilibet, 5 months, for the Christmas period. It has been claimed the royal couple, who reside in Meghan TMS' home state of California, had been invited to stay at Sandringham for the festive season. Although Harry has made the trip across the Atlantic since the Sussexes' trademark move to the US, Meghan and Archie have not returned. The rest of the royal family have never met Lilibet Diana, born in June, including her great-grandmother, after whom she is named. However, Page 6 reports, their TMS a lot that goes into the logistics and the planning of the family Christmas, so of course, staff know that Harry and Meghan are not coming. If they were, they would have communicated it to their family by now. But this is Her Majesty TMS' first Christmas without her husband, so one would have hoped they would want to be with her. The publication added, "I think everyone understands there will be a frenzy when they both come back to the UK, but they need to rip the Band-Aid off and get on with it." Speculation around the Duke and Duchess TMS return to the UK for a royal family Christmas come as the Queen TMS health makes headlines. The longest reigning monarch, 95, recently attended the joint christening of two of her great-grandchildren despite cancellations to her royal schedule and weeks of doctor-ordered rest. She was spotted at the celebration, held for the son of Zara and Mark Tyndall, jointly with Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank TMS son, August. These days, the Duchess of Cambridge, 39, and the Duchess of Sussex, 40, have largely separate lives. Kate and Prince William live in Kensington Palace with their three children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Meanwhile, Meghan and Prince Harry have settled in Montecito, California with their two children, Archie Harrison and Lilibet Diana, after stepping down as senior royals last year. Although the two couples are geographically separated today, they previously attended public engagements together and were sometimes dubbed the Fab Four trademark by the press. A new documentary series has taken a behind-the-scenes look at the narratives that have developed around the Cambridges and the Sussexes in the media. The program is presented by the BBC TMS media editor and Radio 4 host Amol Rajan. In episode 1, he speaks to Daily Mail columnist Amanda Plattel about her royal commentary on Kate and Meghan. He asks her why she wrote her December 2017 column, "Can Kate Cope with Meghan Mania?" Trademark, she said, Kate never had crowds screaming at her. I remember one of Meghan's first events was done at Brixton at a radio station. It was like a rock star had arrived, and wouldn't TMTU just be a little bit human to think, what about me? Trademark Ms. Plattel referred to the Sussexes' trademark January 2018 visit to the Represent 107.3 FM radio station in Brixton, South London. Meghan and Harry TMS appearance was their first public engagement of the year and only their second together as a couple. The pair, who were newly engaged at the time, were greeted with a rapturous reception by the crowds gathered outside the radio station. They were later seen chatting to youth workers, volunteers and people working at Represent. Mr. Rajan also questioned Ms. Plattel about comparing Meghan and Kate, asking why, when one of them is up in terms of perceived popularity, the other must be down. She replied, perhaps it TMS just human nature. Some of the narratives about public figures reflect what goes on in people TMS real lives. Meghan and Harry, who tied the knot in 2018, announced last year that they were stepping down as senior members of the royal family. The Sussexes' trademark popularity has been on a downward trajectory this year, according to research company YouGov. The research was based on the responses of 1,667 adults across the UK from August 27 to 29. The Princes and the Press trademark is available on BBC iPlayer. Last year, the Duke of Sussex left the UK with his wife Meghan Markle in order to pursue a life of privacy and newfound freedom. For decades he had become a fixture of the media and public's attention, regularly making headlines and front pages. There was a brief interlude following the death of his mother Diana, Princess of Wales, where he and his brother, Prince William, were left alone. It enabled the boys to achieve a relatively unbothered few years in education. But things soon changed. As the pair entered adulthood, the intensity of the coverage resumed, and Harry and William once again found themselves the subject of newspaper stories. However, Harry appeared to be featured more regularly than William. In 2004, Harry met the Zimbabwean native Chelsea Davy while she was a boarder at Stowe School. Their relationship would follow an on-off course until finally ending in 2011. Chelsea was subject to intense media scrutiny while she was dating Harry, something that was explored during the BBC's new two-part series, The Princes and the Press. The programme's presenter, Amol Rajan, sat down with a private investigator, Gavin Burrows, who claims he was previously employed by the now-defunct News of the World newspaper to delve into Harry's personal life, including his chapter with Chelsea. Asked why he was so interested in Harry's life, Mr. Burrows claimed, "Well, it's not a case of me being interested, it was a case of the editors making it very clear that you put Prince William on the front of the newspaper and he doesn't sell as many copies as Prince Harry." So Harry had become, as explained to me by a couple of editors, the new Diana. They were much more interested in Harry than William. He didn't really get up to much, he didn't do much. He wasn't much of a subject for a tabloid newspaper, there was nothing there until he met Kate. Mr. Rajan asked whether Harry's relationship with Chelsea opened up a new lucrative avenue, to which Mr. Burrows replied, "Very much so." The broadcaster then asked whether Chelsea's life became an object of obsession for the investigators and their employers. In his reply, Mr. Burrows claimed, yes, medical records, had she had an abortion, sexual diseases, ex-boyfriends, vet them, check them, education. A witness in ongoing legal cases against the News of the World and the Sun, Mr. Burrows claimed phone hacking was used to obtain information about Chelsea. His claims are yet to be tested in court and are strongly disputed. Asked what he would say to Ms. Davy if she were in front of him then and there, he said, "Oh, that I'm very sorry, because my actions were ruthless and I'm not making excuses, but they were ruthless because I was greedy and because I was into my cocaine, and I was living in a fake state of grandeur." He continued, "The media was ruthless. They absolutely have got no morals. Don't miss Chelsea ultimately announced her split with Harry, in a Facebook post. Despite their turbulent relationship, many have noted that the pair enjoyed many happy years and remained friends after, with Chelsea even going to his wedding to Kate." Speaking during the 2011 documentary, William and Kate Into the Future, royal author Richard Kay noted that Chelsea was Harry's real love match. Explaining that there's appeared to be a relationship of passion, Mr. Kay said, "It's a real love match, there's no doubt about it. There's great passion between the two of them when they're together. The tension is visible, there's electricity, there's sparks flying everywhere. You can tell, though, they have a very volatile relationship, tremendous shouting matches, screaming rows, but then they get back together again. I would say that of all the royal romances currently going on, theirs was the real true thing, it's the real deal." After the split, Chelsea admitted to the struggles she felt with the pressure of dating a royal. She soon headed back to Zimbabwe. Talking to the Daily Mail about their relationship in 2016, she said, "It was so full-on, crazy and scary and uncomfortable. I found it very difficult when it was bad. I couldn't cope. I was trying to be a normal kid and it was horrible." The Princes and the Press is available on iPlayer.